It's Thursday. You know what time it is. Time for the hottest wrestling podcast on the planet. Beyond the Barricade with your host, Dollar Bill, the cleaner, and the brain. Let's get started.
Oh, tonight's one of those nights where we just had a lot of stuff going on to the point of where everything just gets ragey.
Yeah, we didn't like what Booker said, what Booker Man said, so we're gonna go out and we're gonna shoot on him.
Mm-hmm. And as you see in Brain, what
Oh,
he
Lord,
says,
Lordy, Lordy. Oh, Lord, have mercy on everybody's souls. People about to get burned.
we're gonna play with
When the
fire.
fire's hot.
Fire!
Fire! Fire!
All right. Let's see.
So who's gonna
Right.
who's gonna vent first?
Ryan, what grinds
You
your
know what
gears?
really grinds my gears? The absolute disrespect and lack of respect that is being shown to Ring of Honor.
Yep. Amen to that.
Listen, I like Tony Khan. I'm extremely grateful that he's bought Ring of Honor and he's trying to keep it going. But I think it's as a Ring of Honor fan, and I think if I were to look down, even though the Young Bucks are in AEW, there's something special to Ring of Honor to me. Especially since myself, I was one of the few people that were still supporting Ring of Honor after the Elite left. When the attendance dropped dramatically. And though that last year and a half before the bubble, I was still supporting Ring of Honor heavily. I remember when I went to Mayhem 2019, the last time I ever went to a show under the Sinclair ownership. It was the first time that I saw the Hammerstein Ballroom not sold out.
That's a sad state of affairs right there.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it was pretty much up in the top section, the tippy top section.
Yeah.
But it still wasn't sold out. And that did break my heart a little bit.
That's
Ring of Honor is sorry for cutting you off, but Ring of Honor is a promotion that saved my love for professional wrestling. I don't know if I'd be talking to you guys or the world if it wasn't for Ring of Honor. And I feel like, am I happy that it's still going? Yes. But I feel like it's being disrespected. Its legacy is not being built enough. The legacy of Ring of Honor is not being treasured. It's like what really broke my heart was I went to a Collision taping or live in July. I met a group member there, and the only time I really spoke at that show was when CM Punk came out, and I booed the hell out of him. I flipped him off. But afterwards, there was still a good hour of taping Ring of Honor matches, and almost nobody stayed. It broke my fucking heart because I was finally in a place where Ring of Honor was being filmed and taped at my favorite arena in the world, the Prudential Center. Like, if you know me, you know how big of a New Jersey Devils fan I am. And that arena means so much to me. And to have Ring of Honor there is a dream that I never thought possible. And nobody was there. It broke my heart.
And that's what I'm talking about.
I'm going to
Tony
second
Khan
that
is
also,
not
cleaner.
presenting Ring of Honor the way it should be presented.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me second cleaner real quick because I went to a show in Connecticut, and there was what happened was it was a Ring of Honor taping, then Collision, and then Ring of Honor's second taping.
Same exact thing. But it was.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's all one Ring of Honor show.
Right, and the thing was that the crowd was half like it was not as big of a crowd for the first hour, which I was like, I understand. Then Collision, which the crowd grew, but as soon as Collision ended, a lot of majority of people left. I mean, I saw like towards the hard cam, there were a lot of empty seats. I pretty much went from like fit like towards like the top rows straight down to the front row, and it's
Yeah.
like in the old Ring of Honor show, you could never have done that.
So, for my taping, it was actually the first hour was pretty similar to the Collision. Mainly because the bell time that was advertised was when they actually got started.
Right.
So the first tapings were not bad. The
Yeah.
second hour after Collision was horrendous. It felt
Yeah,
like
BTB.
nobody was there, and that's when a lot of the bigger names for Ring of Honor had come out. I think Shibata might have been on the first part, but Samoa Joe, Athena, a good amount of names were on that second hour, and that's when they
Yeah.
were starting I believe it was a tournament for number one contendership to the television title, and like I think the main event of the show was like a Dawn Castle match, and I'm like, this is Dawn Castle. I remember. I don't think Brain was with us that night, but yeah, no, it was me and my friends, and we had gone to Final Battle 2017. I mean, I went to 3 straight Final Battles, but that was the night Dawn Castle won the Ring of Honor World Title. I was there. I still have some of the confetti from that night. It was a full show, like a sold out show. Everybody was like so happy to see Dawn Castle win the Ring of Honor World Title, and now it's just like
Whatever.
he was performing maybe in front of an arena that could hold 13,000 for wrestling. It was roughly the same amount of people as that night in the Hammerstein, and it broke my heart. He doesn't deserve that. I love Dalton Castle, especially because he's now working with the original boys. I mean, that's one thing I appreciate, that Tony Khan was able to bring back the original boys for Dalton Castle. But man, like it breaks my heart.
All right, right
Brain, your
now,
thoughts.
yes, Ring of Honor is being presented as an indie promotion. It's as simple as that.
No, not even. It's AEW Dark. It's become dark.
Which basically was like an indie promotion. It's because you didn't
No,
see.
no. All it was a show to hype up. It was to pump up numbers, to pump up the records.
And they're not doing
Dark,
it. It's not working.
Dark was always like 3 minute squash matches. I remember. Not even 3 minutes. It'd be like 2 minutes. 2 minute squash matches. They would get like 13 matches before Dynamite taping. One of them would go more than like 3 minutes. And like Ring of Honor, it's like I'm not saying before like the Sinclair era was perfect. Far from it. Sinclair held that company back. Like Ring of Honor should be on the level where TNA was at its height, but Sinclair held that company back, and when it actually put effort into that company, it was far too late. But that the company today, like I would still prefer Sinclair, because especially if you have Honor Club, please watch 2020 and 2021 Ring of Honor. It's very underrated, and especially coming in the bubble era, it was starting to come back to the old Ring of Honor, and I'm talking about like that 05 Ring of Honor, where it was a lot of the people you may not know, but you will know.
So another part of the thing that's grinding my gears about the lack of respect for Ring of Honor is this tournament they're having right now on AEW,
I'm going to touch
the
upon that.
Continental Classic.
Yeah, I'm going to touch upon that when you're done.
They have two of the OGs of Ring of Honor, and they're treating them like jobbers.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about jobbers last week.
Yeah.
They're treating them like jobbers. You
Yeah.
have Jay Lethal and Mark Briscoe. Neither one of them has a damn point in the tournament.
Yeah. And this is where I think Tony should look at how the G1 Climax is booked. Because the guys at the bottom of the barrel of the G1 Climax still get wins.
Yeah,
Like,
but
Yeah.
you got to give these guys a chance. They're not even giving them a chance.
like Jay Lethal, who I don't even remember who's in their leagues. But like Mark Briscoe, he could have got one win. How does Mark Briscoe not even have one win? And Mark Briscoe, I know, is like a very giving person. Those Briscoes, man, that's one thing, is that they maybe were a little too giving. Like,
All right.
Jay should have had another title run.
One.
What were you going to say, Brian?
All
All right, I'm looking at the leagues, the Blue League and the Gold League.
Mm-hmm.
Give me
Jay
one
and Mark
wrestler.
are both in the Gold League with 0 points. They were in the league with Roosh, Jay White, Swerve Strickland, and Moxley.
I want to point this out because you saw with that one. I wanted to point out because this is a really important point. The thing is, you guys, I'm going to talk as a non-Ring of Honor fan, okay? A non-Ring of Honor fan. You guys are talking a lot about good stuff about Jay and Mark Briscoe. Jay Lethal, Mark Briscoe, sorry. You talk really good about them, saying they're really good wrestlers. If I was not a Ring of Honor fan and I'm watching Continental Classic, I'm going to come up to you and say, how are they good if they're jobbing? If they're losing like this? How are they good? And you say, well, watch them on Ring of Honor. But then it's like, then I got to watch another promotion that they job in the big times in AEW, but win in Ring of Honor. That's like asking me to watch them in the minor leagues as opposed to the major leagues, you know?
And this is where the fault in the booking comes in. Jay Lethal, when he signed with AEW, it was because Ring of Honor this is before it was bought by Tony Khan. Right. So they had released everybody from their contracts. They were free to sign with whoever they wanted. But if they wanted to stay with Ring of Honor when it was becoming a super indie again, they were more than welcome to do that. And Jay Lethal took a contract from AEW. And from the outright, was never treated as a top guy. Yeah. Or at least a mid-card guy. It was never like, this is Jay Lethal. Like, the only time he was ever presented as a name of value was when he was first announced as a signing. And this is where I think Tony Khan this is, I think, a major problem with the whole booking of AEW, is that guys who should be in a bigger role are not. Mm-hmm. And then it hurts the company in a long run because you're not setting up these stars for the future.
Mm-hmm.
You struck diamond and gold with MJF.
Yeah.
You have something in Sammy. You have something in Darby. There's a number of talent you have something with, but you're not effectively. See, that's what made the WWF so popular in the 90s. Is that, yes, they built up Stone Cold Steve Austin, but there was a collection of stars around him. Were they as big as Stone Cold? No.
Well,
but there was a collection.
Well, 2 were.
Yeah, yeah. I would say The Rock. Just The Rock.
Undertaker?
No.
You don't think so?
No, and especially I can tell you right now, especially if you take off the rose-tinted glasses, that era was not good for The Undertaker. The
Oh
promos
no,
were
yeah, that
not
or
fun.
before that.
Yeah, like I don't even think like the only time I could really say I enjoyed an Undertaker match was that like 4 or 5 like Mania matches he did at the end of his career, right at the end of the street. Those are the only ones I considered like good Undertaker.
The Hell in a
Track.
Cell matches.
Yeah. Well, the one with Foley, not the one with Shawn or the one with Bossman.
No, Boston, we don't count that one.
No.
That
Neither does
was
WWE.
That was disgusting.
Yeah, that was just a horrible match.
But the point I was trying to make is that there's a whole collection of stars around Austin.
Yeah.
You're not getting that in AEW.
No.
Yeah, not at all.
And you don't even have a star in our league. They're just AEW guys. There needs to be a separation. And I think Tony needs to have a group of 2 or 3 people that can help him build the show. Say, hey, we think you should be doing better with this person. It shouldn't be the EV. It shouldn't be the elite. It shouldn't be anybody. It should effectively be 2 or 3 of the coaches. And either that or hire people and don't have them interact. I mean, I would take the job.
Come on, the 3 of us could do a better job than Tony's doing right now.
Dude, kindergarten people could do a better job than Tony. And I'm being generous. And come on, all the shit I'm seeing lately, I'm getting kind of bored of some of it.
See, I'm enjoying the MJF feud, but there's a lot I love, you know me, I love the matches.
Right.
Like I'm a match guy, so stories I don't give a shit about, but I'm enjoying the MJF stuff.
Well, how many other things besides MJF you enjoy? I can really think of anything else.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's one thing to have one good feud going on, but you can't build a whole company on one feud. Just like you can't build a whole company on one superstar.
Yeah.
You're right about the whole Ring of Honor not having anybody. It's kind of like having 3 different football teams, but then each team has their own superstars, with top players. Yeah. What do you have in AEW besides MJF? And then from there, what do you have in Ring of Honor? Who the hell can I name a Ring of Honor that's like a really top player that is not going to be seen as a damn jobber in AEW?
Yeah. I think there's the big thing that's wrong with AEW or Ring of Honor is that there's not a separation of talent.
Yeah.
I feel like there needs to be a separation of talent. And let's go, you know what? I know it probably would cost a little bit more, but let's go back to running Ring of Honor tapings from Orlando studio. Go back to doing that.
Just one studio?
Yeah, I think it was it was where Impact used to run.
Right.
The same exact studio.
You just want Impact to be Impact. You want Ring of Honor just to be in one location, kind of like how it was only a Philly thing for years.
Yeah, because I think if it was a touring, what they should do is what Impact used to do. You just do you do your TV tapings from that one location, and then whenever there's a pay-per-view, you could have it at, whatever places you want to run.
Yeah.
That's what Impact used to do. I think that's what Ring of Honor should do. Maybe you have 1 or 2 high-profile matches before collision taping, but I think they're filming way too much of Ring of Honor because the end of that show should be collision. because obviously that's what people are coming for.
Yes.
So let's end it at Collision. Maybe film 2 or 3 matches of Ring of Honor beforehand, and then film the rest at a sound studio. And you could do several days of tapings, and you would have your Ring of Honor. It shouldn't be 2 hours. Ring of Honor should not be 2 hours. Ring of Honor should be 1 hour. I think it's now 2 hours with.
But Wednesday should be 1 hour now.
So it was 1 hour with Sinclair, and it was nice. And like I think the thing about 1 hour is that I think people don't understand, or not understand, but I don't think people realize is that you can actually get a lot done in 1 hour, and it would be a lot. It would be easier to watch.
Then what about Rampage?
Rampage, you realistically you could still do the same thing. Like Rampage should be that show that, like for me, right? I think you should be splitting Collision and Dynamite, make them equal shows, and you could do a little roster flip between the two. It could be fluid rosters. It doesn't have to be Raw and SmackDown type, lockdowns. It could be like 1 week somebody works Dynamite, next week they work Collision. There's a fluidity. Like you could have your same couple of stars that keep on working each show, but you could have a lot of fluid between the undercard and the mid card. Rampage should be highlighted. Should be a highlight show for those mid card feuds, for those upper or lower card feuds. It should. Yes, it's not. It's a 1 hour show after SmackDown. Do you think really there's going to be a lot of people wanting to tune into that show?
Not a lot of people are now. So
check the ratings. Yeah.
I mean, it's steadfast at like 400, 500,000, which in today's terms is not that bad. But the thing is, it shouldn't be like it should be a highlight show. It should be a show that promotes new talent, and it should be a building show. A show that you build the younger talent, the mid card talent, the lower talent, give them a spotlight.
Hey, Brain, AEW Sunday Night Heat.
Yeah, I mean Sunday Night Heat before like the brand split, because before the brand split, and that's another thing. You know what? I would much rather Collision go head to head with SmackDown, and at least like I would want. Oh, not even, right? Okay.
No, I don't got enough good talent for that yet. Not
Rampage. Well, what I'm saying is, what I want is Rampage on the week of a pay-per-view should be the live pre-show. You do a live. This is one thing I miss about wrestling today in general is that the pre-shows are now online exclusive. Where I would love to see a pre-show on actual TV again. Like, do you remember back in the day where they had Sunday Night Heat would be a pre-show for the pay-per-view?
Yes,
and they do like 1 or 2 matches. It would make. I think that made pay-per-views feel way more special. And it was on TV too.
Yeah, it was on USA.
Yeah, but the thing was, it was on actual TV. So if you wanted, like, people scrolling through the channels, and then they see live wrestling, and they say, buy this pay-per-view if you want more of this wonderful action. And boom.
Yeah, I remember. That boosted the sales on the pay-per-view, that boosted the ratings.
Even if it's by like 5 to 10%. Yeah, even if it's by like 5 to 10%, There's a
But
lot that I
it
would
is
do.
frustrating.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
frustrating thing about it. Clean, you got some great ideas with that. At least I'm trying to get that going. And we also got to remember to think about a business sense because I know some people bitch at me and saying, "No, you got to think about wrestling." No, you got to think of it as a business. You have to, because how
Yeah.
else you can keep it alive if you don't have any business sense whatsoever? Talent's
Yeah.
going to go so far, but you gotta basically figure out how you're going to draw in money.
This is
Because
another thing that I don't like about modern wrestling. Um, Somebody actually, it was Rossi. If you don't know who Rossi is, he was I think the original founder of Stardom,
okay,
but now he's pretty much like an ambassador for Stardom since
hmm
Bushiroad owns it. And he talked about how there was within the last month, Stardom had their worst ever show. It's
hmm
only about 143 people, and they're supposed to be like the second biggest promotion in Japan. They had a
yeah,
horrible attendance, and he pretty much just blasted the company and was just like, "We need to get back to the
Did I just
old."
hear you right?
Say that what?
143 people?
Yep,
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 not thousands, not hundred thousands, not 10,000s, 140 people.
yep, yep. For supposed to be the second biggest company in Japan,
There were
and
more
he,
people ringside at a Jersey All Pro show than they were at that show.
yeah,
Yep. Now
and
you can see why he would be frustrated. You'd be pissed off too.
yeah. I feel like
Yeah, really.
marketing is not, especially in AEW. I don't think marketing is good
No, they're
because
not doing their job.
look, yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I mean to say is that marketing is not at the level it should be because
Exactly.
they talked about how for instance, this year's Grand Slam was roughly at 7,000, 8,000 people. The day before, Tony Khan, MJF, and a bunch of people went on a whole media blitz. They sold about like another 1,500, 2,000 tickets within that media blast to
Wow.
push it over 10,000. I don't think these companies truly understand the traditional ways of marketing, flyers, running local promo. Like I don't like how like sometimes I don't when I'm watching AEW, I don't even notice the lower third that comes up with the touring schedule. I miss the days of where like with Monday Night Raw, they would air a commercial, and it would just be they would just list the entire like touring schedule for like the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Hmm.
That's what I think AEW should like take advantage of, and then run local commercials. I see them on social media, but they should be on TV. They should be at the arenas, like like in the middle, like during a break of the Devils game. I want to see a promo of like an AEW superstar saying, "Hey, we're coming to Prudential Center, and you should buy tickets." Blah 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 blah. You know, traditional ways of marketing. It
Yeah.
works.
Word of mouth through the screen.
Yeah. Because how are they going to know if you're just going to post it on social media? What if they don't have social media?
Or what if
That's the
they don't
thing,
follow
unfortunately.
AEW in general?
Yeah.
A lot of people
You
do have
know,
more social media than anything. The thing is, the traditional way. I mean, WB is now doing a traditional way, and they're still good. They're still doing good business. So the
no,
idea
but
here
they're
is,
big enough. They have that reach. And especially because they're in a boom period.
then you have to basically have to get to the point of getting a similar reach in order to do something like that. Because you could throw flyers,
Um,
you can do everything, but if nobody cares about the product, they
because,
don't
like,
care.
but here's the thing, right? When 13 years ago, the last time my family, we went down to I had taken my friends with me. So, my mom was just strolling the boardwalk one day, and next thing I know, she comes home with wrestling tickets. She comes back to the hotel with wrestling tickets. I was like, wait, what are you talking about? At the convention center, the Wildwood Convention Center, roughly sits about 5,000 people.
Mhm.
Right at the end of our vacation, there was going to be a
Hmm.
WWE house show.
Hmm.
And I think they still run Wildwood. So, yeah, she got us tickets, and it was a fun night, and we never knew. until my mother bought the tickets through traditional because there was like a poster outside,
Mhm.
and I'm never gonna forget that night because of I remember we literally sat right above Gorilla. So like this is when they didn't have like um they didn't have stages for live events. They
Right.
literally it was WWE show, but it was like just a curtain. And I remember looking under our bleachers, and you could see like a little bit of the Gorilla. And I remember Randy Orton came out, and he did his
Gorilla.
match, and he came back up, and
Mhm.
people barreled over the barricade. Like they fell over the barricade, and
Oops.
like he had to help people up and shit. It was funny, real funny. But yeah,
So
no, I think for at least for AEW, they should go back to like traditional marketing techniques.
Yeah, you
Because I
need.
think for a company that's smaller, they should be doing it. But then again, you know what? Last night, if you watch the Jaguar game,
mhm.
that AEW logo was there sometimes. So they were
Mhm.
actually able to get some marketing on the. They were able to get the marketing through in the NFL, which that will help. If you have the NFL behind you, oh boy.
The
That's
only
a good
reason they have
thing.
the NFL behind them is because Tony Khan's father owns the Jaguars.
But still, it's
Yeah,
something.
Tony Khan himself is still
I know he's
technically
a
in a
part
high
owner too.
position.
Yeah, but it's still some way to getting
Yeah,
the word out.
Yeah.
yeah. I do remember the first year of the AEW, 2019, they went to the Super Bowl. Some of the founding members. So it was like the
Mhm.
Elite, SCU.
Cody.
I think, yeah, Cody was there with them. But in the Super Bowl program, there was a whole full page of AEW. I feel like this is something they should be doing more.
Yeah.
Use the NFL. Like you have that NFL contact, use it. Use it while you have the chance.
Get some airtime.
Exactly.
Get some airtime in the NFL. Get some airtime anywhere. I mean, local ads, local ads. Hold on a second. Let's just give me. I'll give you a second. Would you do something like this? I look at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like
the
it's not
ticker.
that hard to set that up a ticker for any AW show for any future events, because then you know what's going on in the next month or two at least.
Hmm.
You know, and it works. It will work, and it's not that expensive to make a banner.
It,
Very cheap.
it takes about 30 seconds of computer work.
Pretty much. I mean, even on a computer, even on a regular, thing, it takes a couple seconds to make one batch. It's your own show. You're not paying anybody else for it.
Exactly.
And it's like, again, it's doing something with the talent. It's just like, come on, we would like these people, but it's like, I feel bad when I'm trying to tell some of the guys, like, hey, look at this guy in AEW, and they're like, why?
yeah.
Like, give them something more. I mean, you want to say you're a good league, and be a good league.
I remember my
Exactly.
friends they would always like give me shit about being a Bullet Club fan or giving me shit about certain people, and
I
then a year or two later becoming a fan of those people. And I would just look at them with judgment. I'm like, you could have just listened to me a couple years ago.
Exactly.
I got one that will make you guys like flame up. I'm trying to remember who says exactly. I think I can't remember. It was either Russo or Bitchoff. But the whole thing was like they should shelve Ring of Honor and just put him out of misery because it's doing
Bischoff
nothing.
said that, and
Okay,
I wanted to tell him to go fuck himself
I
because
got
you
this
know
is a
what?
rant show. Go for it.
I will be honest. I would much rather have Ring of Honor in its current state than WCW in its worst. Because, like, mind you, fucking Bischoff, he's saying this, but yet he killed TNA single handed. Him and Hogan killed TNA.
I thought that was
Okay,
Russo.
no. Russo, he might have been involved with the product. I don't know, but Bischoff and Hogan had a lot of fucking say in 2018. Or no, 2018. I say 2018 because I just put on like a random Ring of Honor match and it's flipped forward with Bully Ray in Final Battle 2018. But it was like 2010 when they first came in.
Okay.
It was Hogan's idea to go head to head with Monday Night Raw. It was Hogan's idea to remove the 6 side. It was Hogan's idea to say that AJ Styles wasn't ready. He was a Grand Slam champion at the time.
Okay, I can agree on some of the things because even the 6 side I heard like that was some of the guys I should agree was a good idea to get rid of.
But the thing is about the 6 sides is
AJ
that
clean?
the 6 sides. The reason why I will defend the 6 sides, and to me, it's like you should have been able to, like with Panda Energy, you should have been able to find ways to make it safer.
Yeah.
Because there's a reason why they're still using it in Mexico. So let's find ways. Yeah, they're still AAA, not CMLL. AAA is using 6 sides, but like people don't understand. 6 sides was a big reason to why TNA became popular. It got them a toy deal. They were in Toys R Us and all these toy stores because of that 6-sided ring. It made them different from WWE.
Yeah.
So, and like even AJ Styles said, he hated working on that ring, but he understood why they were using it because it made them different.
Exactly. As I was saying, like I'm not good. I said I couldn't stand some of the guys saying negative about the 6-sided, but I agree. It's like it brought that sense of originality to it. I'm just still more pissed that Hogan was like, AJ's not ready. What the fuck he's smoking?
Yeah. So that's why they started.
Yeah, AJ wasn't ready. Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay, man.
Yeah, that's why they had paired him with Ric Flair and tried to have him be like a heel Ric Flair type guy. Meanwhile, he's still the most over guy in the company.
Hogan,
I'm not sure if you guys wanted. Sorry for throwing you off, but I'm not sure if you guys know this, but he wasn't supposed to sign with WWE in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
His full intention was going back to TNA.
Whoa.
But TNA didn't want him. Dixie didn't want him. See, that's where Dixie fucked up. She ran him out of the company. Dixie. Dixie didn't want to pay him because he was willing to take a pay cut too. Like Jeff Jarrett has said like multiple times, he was so committed to the TNA brand. He was so committed to that company.
Yeah.
He didn't want to leave. He was forced out. And he didn't want to. So he was working. I'm not sure if you remember this. 2015, when his deal with Ring of Honor and New Japan were up, he had gotten Gallows and Anderson.
Right.
They were going to sign deals at in TNA.
Okay.
But something fell through. I don't know what happened. It fell through. And I'm not sure if you know this, but TNA actually put out a statement pretty much spoiling him because there was rumors of them going to TNA even at that time. And because the deal didn't go through, for some reason they put out a statement pretty much saying that, hey, there's no deal with these guys. They're not with us. And we wish them, the luck in their future endeavors, which pretty much spoiled AJ Styles to be at the Royal Rumble.
I was so out of it. I was not catching up.
I don't remember hearing that. So yeah.
I never even heard that story, so I had no idea he was going to be at the Rumble.
So I knew he was going to be at the Rumble. But I knew there was rumors of him going back to TNA, but I didn't know until not that long ago about how close he truly was to like going back. Because
rumors.
Jeff Jarrett had said it, And I don't remember if Styles or somebody else. I don't remember who else said it, but somebody else said it, that he was dead set on going back to TNA.
Oh.
He wasn't going to sign to WWE.
We got 3 words for them. You want to say it, Brain?
You fucked up.
You fucked up.
Oh, that really was it. Oh, I thought you were going to say something else. That's why I said it.
All right,
I was
you
going there
fucked
too.
up. You
Listen,
dumbasses.
I appreciate you guys for when I let you know about the day that I had today and allowing me to rant. But I feel like I did most of the ranting. So, what do you guys want to rant about?
Look at
Why did WWE reintroduce a cancer to the locker room?
Yes. For those of you who may not know, folks, the cancer first name starts with a C, middle initial M, and the last name starts with a P.
He is, without a doubt, the biggest cancer in wrestling, bar none. And I am including Vince Russo, Jim Cornette, and Eric Bischoff in that list.
Holy
But
shit.
CM Punk is top on the list, far and away.
Who's a bigger mark for themselves, Hogan or Punk?
Ooh. Oh, shit. I'm not answering that
Punk
one.
definitely
As much
has a
as I-
bigger part.
Yeah, he's a bigger ego because as much as I like Hogan actually, there's a little bit of a deserving, like as in like he's built himself the reputation so he could pull those strings.
Right.
Punk hasn't.
Just ask the media people. They always still remember Hogan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, mind you, do you remember when Punk, he when he tried to go off on Hangman and tried to say that it was the elite that was leaking stories to the press? It never was
God,
the
that was
elite.
a whole fucking mess.
That
It
was
never was the elite. He just
no, it
thought it
wasn't
was the elite.
Who
It was
was it?
Punk himself doing that shit.
No,
Come on.
he just there was real like so. I guess there was like people in the locker room that thought he got Colt Cabana was almost gonna get Colt Cabana fired, but it like everybody thought it was the elite for some reason. I
Yeah.
have no because the elite are like really good friends with Cabana, but
Yeah.
he just thought it was like the elite. And recently, he came out with a story that no, it never was the elite that was making those rumors,
Yeah.
or
You know
leaking
what?
the stories to the press.
The man has so many lies coming out of his mouth, and his
Yeah.
mind is so twisted that he actually believes his own bullshit.
He fought
He
with
fully
William Regal.
believes his own hype.
Wait,
He
what
fought
was that for
with
Regal?
so when Regal debuted for AEW, he
Right.
Yeah.
almost started a fight with Regal. Called him like a Triple H stooge, all that bullshit.
Oh yeah, I
Now,
remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Said
Yeah.
I was
And
I
look,
was in the
look where he is
crowd.
now.
I was in the crowd when he said, "Go, leave, go main event a buy one get one free extravaganza." I was in the crowd that night. And he said, "Oh, when you come back, I'll be here to give you an ass kicking." MJF is the one who stayed.
Hmm.
Oh shit.
But I mean,
Oh my god.
CM Punk has caused problems in every place he has ever gone. He caused massive problems in WWE the first time around. He caused problems in UFC. He got his ass handed to him in UFC.
Oh god, I remember
And then
that.
he went to AEW. Caused problems there. Not once, but twice.
And you should hear some
And
stories
we're all
when
we're all baseball fans. You know it's supposed to be 3 strikes and you're out. But Tony Khan wasn't having it this time.
Yeah.
After the brawl out, and then the fight with Jungle Boy at All In, and
Yeah.
it's just the man.
I'm tired of the CM Punk stuff, man. I'm just tired of it.
I'm tired of him too. And Seth Rollins, when he cut that promo last week on him,
I'm just thankful.
Man, was he so right?
Yeah, and you know what? I'm
Everybody
thankful.
knows. Everybody in the world knows that this is CM Punk's last chance.
Yeah.
And if he
Yeah.
implodes, it's over.
Which makes me think, I really hope it's true that supposedly he has a clause in his contract, like a behavioral clause in his contract.
Oh, I hope so.
That's so funny.
I'm waiting for, and if he does have a behavior clause in his contract, that any missteps can lead to termination, I just hope he does something minusculely stupid.
Yeah.
And they get rid of him.
I feel like he will eventually.
I really don't want to see him in a championship program. And I sure as fuck don't want to see him as a champion.
I'm just thankful.
In any way, shape, or form.
Let's see what happens. I mean,
I don't want to see him as U.S. champion. I don't want to see him as Intercontinental champion. Ain't nobody going to tag with him because nobody likes him, so he's not going to be a tag champion. They ain't going to put the North American title on him because he's got too much of an ego to say, yeah, I'll go down to NXT and be the North American champion. No, it ain't happening.
I was thankful.
That was funny.
He thinks he's going to he thinks he's going to win the Royal Rumble and then get a shot at Seth. No.
That's what he's hoping for. He wants to be,
or even worse, he gets a shot. He wins the title, the Royal Rumble, and gets a shot at Roman.
I'm just thankful I don't have to deal with him anymore, and like especially like those Ring of Honor or those CM Punk smarts are no longer in the company, just ruining it. Like you can see who's a true AEW fan or a true wrestling fan, and just not some bullshit with fucking Punk.
People swear like they just suck sucking his proverbial, you know what?
Yeah.
Like I'll say this. One of our group members, he's a smart. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's a Punk smart. And that night he pissed me off. He pissed me off in the group chat. And I had to drop the hammer on him to tell him to knock it off.
Yeah, because that was, and I'm usually like not caring for that stuff, but man, no, that night was just stupid.
He was over the top. Fine, you're happy that one of your favorite wrestlers is back where he started or whatever. That's fine. I had no problem with that. But when we were talking about other stuff, the constant back to him with all the CM Punk bullshit, just it was too much. And I finally
it wasn't collective thought. It was just stupid. Like
it was like he was at a show and he was chanting the guy's name. That was it. That's all he was doing. But it was still every third message from everybody else was him with 5 different lines of the same chat and the same chant.
Yeah. Because
after the third time, I was like, dude, knock it off. We get it.
That's one of the things about me is like I don't want to with my wrestling opinions, I don't want to make other people feel bad. Like there's somebody in our chat, I don't know who it is, who's a big fan of Jim Cornette, and I absolutely hate Jim Cornette.
Oh, I can't stand him either. I'll tell you this. After what he said about a friend of ours,
Yeah.
if he was on fire, I would pour gasoline on him.
Yeah.
That's
Me too.
wow. Because that's the I don't hate Cornette. I don't know what the hell he said. I do listen to him stuff, and there's a lot of times I can say he makes sense, and other times I'm just like,
Like he
pass
does
the
make
crack pipe,
sense.
please. What's that?
There are things like I think there are things that I do agree with Cornette with. It's just
Yeah.
the way he says them.
Right.
That I agree with.
And,
Yeah.
Without a doubt,
and
he has one of the greatest wrestling minds of all time.
yeah. Oh no, with the,
But he also,
if he wasn't a huge asshole and still trying to live his character, I would absolutely listen to his stuff because he's a historian of wrestling. He has
yeah,
such a wide range of information that would be just amazing to listen to.
yeah.
But there was one story, if you don't mind me saying, it was a story
Right.
from the old Kevin Steen show. For those that don't know, it was an interview show. So this was like in the early 2010s,
Okay.
and this is when wrestling shoots were like huge. It would be a
Bigger than
wrestling,
life.
yeah, like a wrestling shoot interview. It would literally just be an interview with a wrestler, and they would just talk about anything. It would be like a shoot promo. Like
Yeah.
Right.
there's no no gimmick, no nothing. You're talking to the
No
real
script,
person.
no nothing. It was
And
whatever
High
came out of
Spots,
your mouth came out of your mouth.
yeah, yeah. And High Spots took advantage of this by having the interviewer being another wrestler. This was Kevin Steen,
Hmm.
and obviously best friends with the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks
Yeah.
talked about a story about how when Jim Cornette started to give them so much shit,
He
and
still
like,
does.
yeah, would run them like just run them through the ringer, especially when they were working with Ring of Honor. Like they were both in Ring of Honor because they would talk about how they were fans growing up, so excited to work with him because of his knowledge of tag team wrestling.
Hmm.
Right.
And he would just run them down on like social media and all that. And then he saw them one time at like a convention, and he went up to them and was just like, "Oh, we got him working, like that shit." And they were like, "So you like, why are we doing this? We don't need to do this. We're not working together."
Hmm.
And they were just so disappointed.
Yeah.
So like
So
ever since then, they're like, I just think a lot of times when Cornette is just saying this stupid bullshit, it's just like fucking trying to work a crowd. That's it. Still trying to
yeah,
live the gimmick.
yeah. But this
Can't
time
live
he
again.
went over the line.
What was the
He,
Time I'm
line?
talking about, he went over the line.
he always
And,
does.
and I'm not even just saying stepped over the line. This idiot pole vaulted over the line.
Yeah.
So, Dolly, you ready to hear this?
Go for it, man.
All right. Cleaner and I are friends with G Raver,
Okay.
Brendan Graver.
Not anymore. No, okay. I
Yeah.
thought we were
But
talking
we
about
were.
Joey Ned Jelena. Not G Raver, no. No. G Raver, it's come out that he's actually not a good person.
Yeah, I know. Well, we were, but
Yeah, we were at
at
the
the
time.
time,
And I would like to just acknowledge and put on paper that this was before we knew about these allegations that came out about him.
right? Yeah. So G Raver was working one of his standard death match wrestling shows,
Right.
and he did a spot where he landed on some glass or a ladder or something, and he cut himself wide open on his between his bicep and tricep.
Oof.
So yeah,
Didn't he also knock himself out? Like he had
he
a
was
serious
he was
brain
concussed,
injury?
but he wasn't out cold.
Okay.
But
Shit.
Jim Cornette saw the clip and basically said that he should just bleed out and die for doing this kind of wrestling.
Just about everybody doing that. I'm not defending
Yeah.
him. Just that's his stupidity about it. He says about a lot of guys doing that. Like anybody who does that stupid shit, he's like always like, oh, they should die.
Yeah,
And
but
I'm like, whatever
but
with that. No, I
It-
agree with you. I'm just like, that's
it's
not
just
cool though.
no, it's not. Fine, you don't like the deathmatch wrestling, don't watch it. Some people like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He shouldn't. And this is what I think goes on with a bunch of people in the industry today, especially fans, is that listen, you don't have to enjoy all of wrestling. You don't, but just try to enjoy what you like. Hype up what you like. You don't have to talk about what you don't like. Just talk about what you love.
Exactly.
You love wrestling, you love wrestling. You love this type, you love that type.
And that
And
is
me, I'm
exactly
not.
why we do this show, because we love wrestling.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter
We
what
do.
kind of wrestling, we love it.
I'm
And
not a
we'll
huge
talk
fan of
about
death
any kind of
matches.
wrestling.
I'm not a huge fan of death matches, but you guys go ahead and enjoy them. I ain't gonna stop
Right.
you.
Right.
You know,
I think if you had been able to come with us to a couple of GCW shows, you would have enjoyed them.
I don't know. I mean, I went. Like I said,
Because-
I've done this. I mean, you gotta understand. Like with death matches, a lot of times, my big problem at one point is that it feels less like wrestling. It feels more like I can just go outside in the Hoboken at 2 a.m. and watch a fight.
No, but
mean,
they didn't. It wasn't. Every show wasn't completely deathmatch wrestling.
Right.
yeah.
Right. No,
But
I
I
probably
mean,
But I
would
would,
enjoy other ones. You know,
they
I'm not.
had
I'm not.
I
some
would,
aspects of deathmatch in each of the match, but they were
I would also say that
very technical matches.
for me,
Yeah.
it wasn't
I probably would enjoy this. Yeah.
like I didn't enjoy all the deathmatch stuff. Like it depends on the wrestler. Like when we would sit for like Tremont versus Nick Gage, hell yeah, I would watch that 1,000 times because they're the two of the best deathmatch wrestlers out there.
Oh yeah,
Now, if you're
the
taking
paving
like
stone match.
yeah, I still remember
That
that.
was without a doubt a classic.
But there are
That was
other
a great
shows.
match.
There were other like matches that I can't even tell you because of like I just completely forgot about them because they're not good.
We gotta start talking about them because nobody's gonna know about them if nobody hears.
Yeah, well, I mean, GCW has also changed entirely. The
That's
company.
GCW. Yeah, they got this. They got their
Yeah,
crowd.
this was when GCW was still like regional. They were
Yeah, when they were running in
very.
Howell and Asbury.
They had
Yeah.
just like run. Like I went to their first show I ever went for GCW. I think it was called Art of War. It was like literally like their first show back in New Jersey after doing
Mhm.
their first ever like out of state show.
Hmm.
It was the Orlando. I think it was the first Joey Janela Spring Break. It was the first. It was the first collective. It was before it was the collective, and it
Mm.
was like the first Joey Janela Spring Break. Matt Riddle's Bloodsport, I think it was called,
Oh,
right
okay.
before he
Right.
got signed.
Mhm.
And because the main event was supposed to be Riddle and no, I don't think they did Bloodsport that year.
No,
I think it was
cleaner,
just Joey Janela Spring Break.
cleaner.
Yeah,
If I remember correctly, the first GCW show you went to was the first one I worked as a medic,
yes.
and that was
It was 2017.
yeah, that was Nick Gage Invitational.
Was it? I thought it was. It was that was the next show.
That was the NGI
Okay,
because
hold on. Let me look
that was
this
the
up.
night that they had the paving stone match.
I feel like there was one before that we went to.
No, because that was the first one after Joey and Zandig did the spot off the roof, and that's when Danny called me.
I'm gonna take a look because I, how I remember it in my mind is that we did a show before that. Because it was like not long after they had come back from Orlando. Um, was not New Face. Joey Janela was Road to Survival.
Yes, that's it. That's the one. Because they
'Cause
had the banner and everyone was signing the banner.
Yes. I thought the banner was for the last Howl show.
Hmm.
I remember
No,
this
it was a
differently.
banner at for GCW.
Okay, but yeah, this was because it did not have Nick Gage. The next show was the next show that we went to.
Was the NGI.
Yeah, because it wasn't Tournament of Survival. It was NGI.
Right.
Although,
Okay.
which one was the one? Which one was the one that we went to that they did the? Oh no, the next show we went to was Art of War, because that was the show that they had the cookout beforehand, if you remember. And
Oh, yeah.
I forgot. We brought a friend of yours. I don't remember who it was. Who's in the chat?
Oh, Jack.
What's his name? Jack. Yeah, we brought him. And then the next show was NGI. Because then after that was Worst Behavior, because that was the double shot with Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then
But yeah, we
there's
had GCW's had some banging shows that we went to.
no, yeah, and then not all of them. It was usually only the second half was deathmatch.
Well, it's depending on like if they were running a tournament.
Yeah, well, yeah. Other than the tournament, usually the first half was just the first half would like have one maybe hardcore match where somebody it was always somebody going through a door.
Or table.
Yeah, but the Asbury Park shows did not have any death matches from what I remember.
Well, they did.
But
not as much
I don't.
stuff flying around.
Oh, okay, yeah, because the one I actually do remember was it Eric Ryan that got impaled on the shopping cart?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the rods on the shopping cart broke loose and almost punctured his kidney.
Yeah, it was when he I forgot who he's wrestling, but he took like just like a normal like scoop
Took a
slam.
power bomb to the
Was it power bomb? Okay. I thought it was
Holy
a
shit.
scoop slam onto a shopping cart.
No, it was a power bomb.
Okay.
That's not comfortable.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, not one bit.
How about another time that I had to deal with him down in AC?
Who? Eric Ryan?
Yeah. When he went through that
Um
piece of plate glass.
there was one I think it was like the first Atlantic City show that we went to. I
Mhm.
remember that one being a bloody mess.
Oh, he was a wreck.
I remember
much so that he
everybody
left the match
being a
and
bloody
ran to
mess.
the back. That's how bad he was.
You know what? The one show I wish you were able to do the Matt Cardona where he first debuted for GCW.
Oh,
I
I would have
wish
loved
you would have been able
that.
to, because he was like all across, so like not even social media, like it was on ESPN and all these other like places. Seeing the
Mhm.
reaction that he got,
Oh yeah.
like wrestlers dream of that type of heat.
Holy
Mhm.
shit.
Like people throwing like bottles at him, beer cans.
Mhm.
He was insane the level of heat. Because I think, if I remember right, it was because he had screwed Nick Gage out of the GCW title, and that was his debut.
Yeah.
Oof.
And like that's the thing, like Nick Gage was Sandman over in GCW.
Yeah.
Like he was like you don't fuck. It's insane how over he is.
Yeah. You don't mess with the king.
Yeah, and he's the king. He's like Dusty level of like Dusty in I think what was it, Mid Atlantic?
What? Shit.
No, Dusty and NWA.
Yeah, but which territory? Was it Mid Atlantic? Was it Jim Crockett? Was it Georgia
Jim Crockett.
Championship?
Jim Crockett.
Jim Crockett.
Because
Crockett.
that's when he was having his major feud with Flair.
Yeah, but I forgot which like promotion he was like super over it.
I think it was Jim Crockett. Might have been Memphis, but
No, Memphis was Jerry Lawler.
or
Man.
Lawler. Yeah. But no, you might be right about Mid Atlantic.
Man, you remember Cody with black hair?
Yes. I remember Cody back here. You're only smoking mirrors.
I was at the. That was another thing from that Final Battle 2017. That was the first night he did the blonde because he had come out with a hood, and then he unveiled the blonde, and like the whole Madison or the whole Hammerstein ballroom just whoa.
Woo. Man, but the thing is,
So yeah,
we
I guess me and Brain did enough ranting. How about you? You got any rants?
I kind of joined in. Like most of my rants were kind of piggybacking on what you guys said. Between I was ranting mostly about the whole thing with AW and Ring of Honor, how Ring of Honor has such a rich legacy, and how the guys today just seem like they're just jobbers. And I'm pissed because I don't. It's like that's a very stupid way of trying to promote when you're promoting jobbers. Nobody wants to
Yeah,
fucking see jobbers. They want to see stars. You're not making stars of Ring of Honor that they can promote or they can cross promote.
and
You're
like you
seeing
know what
everybody's
kills
in one
me?
show, and it's not cool.
Another thing that kills me, and this is a very like self-minded. So like I understand if people don't like agree with me or see where it's coming from. Like I hate that the logo was changed because I love that Ring of Honor logo, the Sinclair era. I hate
Oh, yeah.
how all the belts were changed. Like those Ring of Honor belts that Sinclair introduced. The exception is the 6 man. I'm not a fan. And it sucks that that's the only belt that they kept, and it still has the old Ring of Honor logo. But like I enjoy those belts. Brain, I have like the official like replica version
Hmm.
of that ROH championship belt. I
So
love
do
that
I.
ROH logo. Did you have the official version or the knockoff version?
You and I have the ones that I got that I wanted.
No, 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 no. I actually so you got me the Kevin Steen era. I'm talking about like I bought the official like from Ring of Honor,
Oh,
the
okay.
new version. Yeah, the new version, the one that you have. I bought it from Ring of Honor, so it was actually made by Ring of Honor.
Uh-huh.
Like it's actual official like quality. The only thing is they fucked up so the company that Ring of Honor did it through fucked up the belt placement. So the belt's way smaller than it should be, and the logos on the belt or the two of the plates on the belt are switched.
Right.
So I'd have to get that redone. But yeah, the point is like I love that belt so damn much, and the tag titles and the TV title, and even the women's championship. I love them. I love to look at them, and they changed it, and it feels like that era of Ring of Honor is like hell. Even like the Ring of Honor pre Tony Khan is like dead, and it pisses me off.
That's one. And then
Hmm.
I'm going to double back also on. I'm not even pissed about the whole CM Punk thing, but I'm kind of like just. I'm not sure how I feel about the whole wrestling right now. I'm kind of like I think I'll be honest. I'm kind of tired of feeling apathetic about it, about regular wrestling, because I mean I'm watching AEW. I'm kind of half enjoying the stuff. I'm watching WWE. I'm half enjoying it, but in other words, I'm half enjoying. I miss the days where it's like something I could really get excited about, but I'm not excited. I'm bored in a
I'm
way.
not as excited as I used to be, but I still enjoy what I'm watching on AEW.
Yeah, I mean it's
I'm
good stuff, but
like
it's
Ring of Honor. I enjoyed the pay per view. I don't watch like every week on Honor Club because like Ring of Honor has fallen into a
yeah.
cycle that Dark was, and it was like there's no point in watching this because I know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's the
Um,
thing. I can just get the spoilers, and it's like
yeah,
I mean even that prediction stuff we do, it's like 9 times out of 10 I can predict everything. Even though I'm maybe
yeah,
winning, at least I can predict it and not be like, oh okay, that's probably gonna happen. That's probably gonna happen. What's
and like with Ring of Honor, there was always at least one or two matches, but there was an hour back then. So there was like maybe one or two matches you would want to catch out because like they were good matches, and like I feel like Ring of Honor now is like the matches aren't as good, at least on TV.
Yeah.
The pay per views are AEW pay per view level quality. Like the final battle is a much I recommend it. But the weekly TV is nowhere near as good. It's not even as good as like Dynamite or Collision.
That's
It's
sad.
not even as good
It's
as
literally
NXT is.
Fucking sad.
it's
Well, now you're
on the
close to
level of
NXT.
yeah no NXT. I mean like NXT is like different. Um, but like that's where I wish like Ring of Honor was. Like yeah,
NXT like
I don't mind if they have like younger guys or guys that are not featured as frequently on Ring of Honor or AEW, but keep them separate. Like let Ring of Honor be its own thing. I think
Mhm.
you could have 4 pay-per-views a month.
if you grow it, they will come. If you
Yeah,
don't, they're done.
yeah,
Mhm.
So
Exactly.
that's kind of what just grinds my gears a little bit.
yeah, because
I-
they put on a wonderful show on Friday, or yeah, on Friday,
but
Friday
nobody
night.
knew
I
about it.
didn't. Yeah, nobody would have known about it.
I didn't even know about it until you guys mentioned like during the chat. I kind of was
Yeah,
like I tuned out.
and they even
And I
had a
don't
good.
like that.
They even had a decent crowd too.
Again, I didn't know about it. It's like I want that hype feeling again to where I want to jump. I want to just drive out somewhere to go to a show. I don't even feel like going to a show half the time now.
Especially Final Battle.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
Final Battle is supposed to be on the level of WrestleMania. Like
I don't know
that's
so much about WrestleMania. Maybe SummerSlam or
No,
Survivor
you said
Series.
no,
No,
no, no,
you said
no,
Wrestle
no, no,
Kingdom.
no. No, Final Battle is supposed to be the WrestleMania Ring of Honor. It's
Oh,
the
okay. Yeah,
biggest
like
show of the
it's
year.
a season ender.
But like even and yeah, you could say that, but like I think it's just like a benefit that it's in December. But it's just like this is where all the major feuds end. This is where all the shining moments are. You know, this is where the final
Yeah.
battle moment. It's the Bountiful Glory. It's the Starcade. It's the WrestleMania. The Ring of Honor.
Yeah, it's supposed to be some of my mentors. And the thing is, the thing also, even the past final battles, I may not have seen every Ring of Honor show, but some of the early final battles were that good. I didn't have to watch the other shows.
Yeah,
Just from the package made me say, okay, this is gonna be a good match.
Mhm.
yeah.
So that's what made it beneficial. Like even
And
then,
even those late era like Sinclair shows, like 2017, 2018, they were still damn good shows.
mhm.
They were just in it. I think it was they were also in an era of wrestling where it wasn't on the level of wrestling it is today. Like
No,
in terms of in ring quality.
yeah, we need more of
Yeah.
that, like good wrestling in the ring. But and also
We need
that's
more
almost what
more
I'm
good
missing.
wrestling
I
and
want
less bad talking.
Yeah,
less bad talking, more wrestling, chilled out on the gymnastics. Because I'm actually agreeing with that. I want to see wrestling. I don't want to see everybody flip and spot and flip.
see, I
I
don't
want
mind
to see
it
where
as
it makes
much.
sense.
I don't mind it as much just because I watch all the like if you know me, like my preferred styles are probably like strong style and King's Road. You know the
Yeah.
Japanese styles.
Mhm.
Like if you look at me, what I like the most is probably like mid '90s, uh, like New Japan and All Japan.
Yeah.
Like look up Masahiro or Mitsuharu Misawa versus Kenta Kobashi.
Yeah, I know that one. I know that series.
Listen to the crowds, man.
One
And like
last
you
thing
see
before we
them.
end it. We got to talk about one quick thing. Just
Yes.
what's your opinions on the whole Japan uniting the 9 leagues into one?
I love it. I absolutely fucking love it, and I wish it would happen here in the United
Rain?
States.
Honestly, I don't know much about what you're talking about because I
So,
don't follow Japanese wrestling as much.
the top like 9 of the biggest like Japanese wrestling promotions, like including New Japan, All Japan, Noah, Tokyo Joshi,
Yeah.
DDT,
All the big
Stardom,
ones.
they're forming an alliance. Mainly, it's being used as a lobbying group to lobby with the government. But there's going to be every now and then they're going to do like a United Wrestling show under this United Wrestling, like United Japan Wrestling organization group. They're going to do like one United show. I think the
Interesting.
first one scheduled. The
Yeah.
first one scheduled for like May 4th.
We'll keep an eye on it, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
May the 4th
I'm just
be
saying
with
it's a good
them. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
It's all good, man.
May the 4th be with them.
Anyway.
You
All right.
see?
Yeah.
Wrong group.
Yeah, thank you. Somebody noticed.
I noticed. Live long.
You know what I say to that? You know what I say to that, Cleaner?
What?
Number 2.
I don't think Star Wars has like a hand symbol that I could say.
No.
Live long and prosper too.
No, they don't.
What you gonna do, brother?
All right, chummers. All right, buddy.
Gentlemen.
You feel
I
better?
hope we got the ranting out of our system. I feel much better.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
we definitely blew off some steam.
Dude.
Definitely blew off some steam tonight.
Yeah.
A lot of things off our chest.
All right.
And
Well, then.
all right, just so everybody knows, we will be taking the next 2 weeks off in celebration of
Holiday.
Christmas and New Year's. We will be back on January 8th.
Don't
talking
get
about
drunk now.
one of our favorite promotions, Jersey All Pro.
Wrestling. Oh, I thought it was Wrestling Society X.
It's funny.
We'll save them for another day.
Yeah.
But
until then, until January 8th, folks, have a happy new year.
May or may not have some special guests that night. So I guess you'll just have to tune in and find out. But until then, as always, gentlemen, too sweet.
Too sweet.